Chavello ringside with the hammer Mark Castellini, and make his way to the ring all the way from the Victorian bushland. It's Danny Maksachef. Danny Maksachef with the biggest task of his career, stepping up against the triple world champion, the Cannon, Scotty Bannan. Can he take apart the People's Champion hammer? What a task!
Well, I'll tell you what, Michael, Danny Maksachef, underdog, that's got to be the understatement of the night.
Oh yeah.
Scotty Bannan, triple world champion. He really wants to let everyone know he's back. And Danny Maksachef is what is standing in his way.
Oh, and make his way to the ring, being led by the living legend himself, Ian Jacobs, the triple world champion, the People's Champion, Scotty, the Cannon Bannan hammer.
Well, the Cannon, the nicest man in the sport. Coming from Queensland.
You talk about seasoned campaigners. You talk about a buffed, ripped and chiseled fighter. You talk about the People's Champion, Scotty Bannan, one of the most popular fighters in the land down under.
Well, now the family man with the little one.
Exactly, congratulations, Scotty Bannan, recently a dad. Ian Jacobs helps his fighter over the top ropes, and Scotty Bannan is ready for action. We haven't seen him in centering in Muay Thai since losing to John Wayne Parr. But tonight, Scotty Bannan is back with a vengeance. Let's go to ring announcer RDK.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our main event, a super middleweight contest scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds under full Thai rules, including knees and elbows. Brought to you by Triple S Security. In the blue corner, he hails from the Muay Thai gym of Jason Hawker in regional Victoria, with elbows like razor blades and shins of steel. He weighed in at 77.55 kilos, Danny Maksachef. Fighting out of the red corner, a man who needs little introduction, a 3-time world champion. He hails from the Muay Thai capital of Brisbane, Queensland, and is trained by the legendary Ian Jacobs, weighing in at 76.95 kilos. They call him the People's Champion, the World Champion, Scott the Cannon Bannan.
Well, a rousing applause for Danny Maksachef and the Cannon, Scotty Bannan. Bryce Birtwhistle with both men in centre ring.
Gentlemen, I've spoken to you both. All right, you're fully aware of the rules. All right, there are 3 knockdown effectors in place in this fight. You understand that? Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands at all times. Good luck now in the last round.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the action coming to you from the Keilor Basketball Stadium, beaming at you live, Hammer.
Well, certainly all the supporters of kickboxing and Thai boxing on the Fox Sports Network, we appreciate all your support. Alan Latu and all the boys of SPL Security, always great supporters of the fight game.
And the time for talk is over. Scotty Bannan, the People's Champion, out of the red corner. He is back in centre ring against Danny Maksachef, the country boy from Victoria. A big task indeed for Maksachef. Scotty Bannan, question marks surrounding his knee after that reconstruction hammer. Big leg kick to the lead thigh there from Bannan. He said he'd just take things easy, just size up Maksachef in the first round.
Well, he's going to have a look at him in the first round and then open up. If the opportunity comes, he'll unleash Scotty Bannan. But Maksachef, I tell you what, hats off to this man for just stepping up.
Scotty Bannan with Paul the Wall, the Australian and South Pacific Muay Thai champion, in his corner. Also the legend Ian Jacobs.
First elbow of the fight there, letting fly from Bannan.
Still the feeling out process here between Maksachef and Bannan. Very well evenly matched in the height and reach department, maybe slightly to Maksachef. Maksachef actually weighed in overweight. Hammer had to slim down in the sauna last night.
Well, that's going to take a toll. But there is no excuse for a fighter to come in overweight these days. You should be monitoring your weight every day of the week. You know what you're fighting at, and you just got to knock it off progressively as you prepare for your fight.
Scotty Bannan again launching the crossing elbow. Where's the right hand to the side of the head? Bannan's got to make sure he keeps his guard up nice and tight, Hammer. Maksachef has come here to fight, that's for sure.
Well, Maksachef is certainly working technique well.
Another big thumping knee to the ribs there from Danny Maksachef. The crowd rallying behind him. Scotty Bannan all tied up with nowhere to go, just leaning back against the ropes. And Bryce Birtwhistle separates these two combatants.
Well, there were some good scoring shots there from Maksachef on Bannan. And that is going to help Maskachev's confidence no end. He scored some shots on the champ, and he's going to be feeling like $1 million now.
He's the underdog, there's no doubt about it, but I'd take my hat off to him if I had a hammer. Danny Maksachef has come here to fight.
If you had hair, really.
Comments from the former best friend Mark Behind the Castanini ringside with myself, Michael Chavello, coming to you from the Keilor Basketball Stadium. Inside thigh kick by Maksachef, thought twice about it. Bannan just stalking him. The triple world champion against the boy from the bush. Can it be a Cinderella story? Overhand elbow by Scotty Bannan. Looking to cut up the cranium of Maksachef. Maksachef ties him up. Leaping knee off the left there by Bannan. Maksachef turns him around right in front of our commentary position. Bannan just leaning him over the ropes in a side headlock of sorts. Bryce Birtwhistle separates both men, hammer.
Well, Scotty is really not getting out of first gear in this first round. He's only locking up. He's not really letting too much technique go. I think he'll go back to the corner at the end of this one and reassess from there. But Maksachef is really taking it up to Bannan.
It has been a good point-scoring round, if nothing else, for Danny Maksachef. Works another left knee into the ribcage. Bannan sizing him up. And there it is, hammer into the first round. And that's that one. And our unofficial scorecard has to go to Maksachef.
Maksachef just landing too many scoring knee shots there.
Yeah, work on your speed a little bit, mate. Keep on the toes, okay? Make him miss. Use your experience. You're fighting one-dimensional, mate. Okay, move around. It's like one of your students. Make him miss, mate. When he kicks, counter, okay? If he's not doing anything, start with a high kick, then come in and put him off balance.
You're fighting terrible.
Hey?
Oh, shit.
It's all right, mate.
Warm up, mate.
You just got to get your speed up. Use your eyes. If you've got to hit, don't load up from here. Don't step in and load up. If you make a miss, bang. Make a miss, bang, bang. Okay? If he doesn't, kick, combo. When you kick, keep your eyes there. Okay? You kick, bang, bang. All right? When you've got to need him inside that grapple, mate. Use your strength. When you get in the grapple, lock him straight up, bring him down.
Once again, seeing Bannan getting caught with that short right from Maksachef, and the second right nearly connected cleanly as well. He wore the first one okay, Bannan, but the second one just glanced off. Bannan trying for that overhand elbow on Maksachef. Maksachef weaving out of the way, coming back strongly. I'll tell you what, Maksachef is not intimidated at all. He's showing no respect for Scotty Bannan, and he's really working it well. Is Maksachef as he leans over the rope there and they tangle up. Nothing really happening apart from Maksachef throwing one or two loose knees.
Come in, bang. Take the fight to him a little bit with the kicks. Okay, don't rush in as much with the punches. Okay? Yep. When he's off kicking, when he's off balance, then come in punch. Otherwise, stay kicking distance. Make him miss kicking. Alright? Check, kick. Okay, put it all from the kicks. Lead from the kicks. Okay, when you punch, punch sharp. Move, sideways. Don't stay there and punch with it. Keep it sharp, mate. Keep it sharp. On the toes, alright? Use your experience. He's got a good kicker. Stand there, wait for the kicks. Make him, draw him out of him. Kicks, block, counter. Okay, then move.
Round two.
Let's go, buddy.
We are ready to get it on the second round of action. This one set for 5-by-3 under full tie rules. A real delight to see full tie rules here in Melbourne. And one of the best in the world, Scotty Bannan, against the country boy from Victoria, Danny Maksachef. Will it be a Cinderella story for Maksachef? A great first round, a 10-9 round for Maksachef, first up, hammer.
Well, I'll tell you what, and also listen to the instructions in the corner there. I would have liked for Scotty to be told to be throwing maybe a few more elbows in tight. There's a couple of opportunities where he's had Maskachef's guard down off the lead elbow. He could have rolled a roundhouse elbow in there.
Look at the steely gaze on the face of Scotty Bannan. Here's the ticking time bomb just waiting to explode. A nice rib kick there from Bannan off the rear leg. Nice jab, then dropping the left hand down to the bread basket was Danny Maksachef. 1-2 with the body, and Scotty Bannan ties him up against the ropes. Leaping knee there from Maksachef. Bannan turns him around. They are a mess of arms and legs all tangled up. Bryce Birtwhistle separates both men. Sweeping leg kick there from Maksachef.
You can see Maksachef is using his a bit of a height and reach advantage well.
Another cracking leg kick to the outside right thigh there from Danny Maksachef. A waiting left hand, then ties up Scotty Bannan, just forcing that forearm across the face. Bannan working a knee, nice elbow crossing there off the right from Danny Maksachef.
Maksachef throwing limited elbows.
Oh, beautiful high right round kick there from Scotty Bannan, then parries the round kick away from Maksachef. very good technical Muay Thai contest so far. This one set for 5 by 3. Scotty Bannan is looking for the opening. That's all he needs. One opening, one shot to plant the lights out on Danny Maksachef, but it hasn't come as of yet. Round kick to the ribs, almost taken on the elbow there from Maksachef. There's a big elbow.
Well, Maksachef from the stables of Jason Hawker up there in Natalia.
Oh, Bannan almost lifting him, yes, lifting him off his feet at the moment, right in front of our commentary position. He's lining up that good night Irene crossing elbow to the forehead. Can Scotty Bannan get it on? Snappy jab there from Maksachef still. Oh, he took one to the neck. Scotty Bannan's been caught on the neck. The Cinderella story could come true. Bannan goes down to the red corner. Oh my! It could be a huge upset. It could be a huge upset.
4,
Bannan
5,
took a round kick on the
6.
neck.
All right, Scott. Look at the 7, 8.
He got caught with that round kick on the neck, Michael.
All right, let's go.
He got caught the loopy-loop on the neck, Scotty Bannan. He might have been dazed. Here comes Maksachef. Bannan taking all sorts of punishment. Scotty Bannan will be praying for the bell. He needs a bit of adrenaline pump from Aaron
I'll
Jacobs.
tell you what.
This could be a
Maksachef
huge upset.
landed that round kick to the neck of Bannan, and that really did some damage.
Uppercut elbow there from Danny Maksachef. Outside thigh kick from Maksachef. Here's a man on a demolition mission and with a second round hammer.
Oh, what a cork and what a fight back. But I'll tell you what, Maksachef landing that shin straight across the neck of Bannan, and you know, that is real danger. You disrupt that blood flow to the head with that shin kick across the neck or the side of the neck, and you're in all sorts of bother, as Scotty we just found out there. Once again, you see Maksachef stalking forward. There it is, there, right across the neck jawline area. The shin just rocketed in, and Maksachef got the scent of victory, and Scotty was phased. He held on. That's a mark of an experienced fighter. As soon as he was in trouble, he grabbed on, but Maksachef just gave him no breathing space, and just kept the onslaught of technique coming. And Scotty Bannan, you know, was really saved by the bell in that one. Smart tactics from him. Stayed down. You can see Ian Jacobs in the corner there, just telling him to lie down, stay up, lie down, and then get up and suck it up, breathe it up, and just reassess. You know, that is really, you've got to stall for seconds, Michael. When you get caught like that, every second is invaluable. If you try and jump up to your feet too soon, you know, you're going to put yourself in all sorts of bother.
Come on, 1 second, let's get him up. Walk through, mate, and then punch it through the back of his head.
His right hand, he's on the back step. You just kick up. Don't do anything stupid. Just keep that pressure up there. Right? The pressure's what's busting.
Come back a little bit.
Scotty Bannan sporting a cut over the right eye there, Hammer.
A little bit of a cut over the right eye from Bannan. So waiting for them to perhaps clear that blood. It's only the size of a nick, I'd say.
And here we go in the third round. It could be history in the making if Danny Maksachef can defeat the triple world champion Scott Bannan. Scotty Bannan, the mark of an experienced fighter, will he turn the tide in this round? What we have seen so far has been nothing short of unbelievable from Danny Maksachef.
Well, Scotty is the type of fighter that performs best under pressure. But Maksachef again catching Bannan with that straight right. Bannan coming back with a round elbow off it. He needs to carry his guard higher, Bannan. Against the rangier Maksachef, he can leave no openings.
Oh, nice crossing elbow there by Scotty Bannan, then works the high right knee to the rib cage.
This is Bannan's strong point, the elbows, but in the knee grapple, Maksachef is certainly doing okay for himself.
Look how tightly Maksachef is tying up the arms and the neck of Scotty Bannan in a small package, Hammer.
He is very gangly, and he's tying up Bannan in a very tight bundle.
Comments from the former Australian Cruiserweight Muay Thai champion, the Hammer Mark Castanini, ringside with myself, Michael Chavello. We are seeing an epic main event. Overhand right there by Scott Bannan. Crossing elbow by Bannan. Maksachef ties him up, works him into the breadbasket. Leaping left knee there from Scotty Bannan to the floating ribs. A couple of spare ribs on Danny Maksachef tonight.
Well, it's 1 for 1 in the knee stakes in this round.
A good solid third round, this one thus far. Have you ever seen such intensity in the eye line the two fighters, Hammer, is here tonight?
Well, certainly Maksachef knows this a win here could stamp his name into the history books.
A leading left hook there by Scotty Bannan with a crossing elbow off the right. Maksachef is well guarded up against them.
Well, he's aware of that right round elbow of Bannan's. Maksachef is keeping his guard up very high.
Inside thigh kick there from Maksachef. Crossing elbow from Maksachef. Didn't quite find the way through the guard. Outside thigh kick from Scotty Bannan. A better point scoring round here from Bannan. Another crossing elbow off the right.
Bannan just needs to perhaps set.
Oh, the uppercut elbow.
He's working his elbows at range now, Bannan. That's what he wants to do.
Bannan might try and execute the dump here.
Thinking perhaps he should just pull that lead hand of Maksachef down and then roll over the right round elbow. Crossing elbow.
And another one from Scotty Bannan. He is turning on a Muay Thai show for us. Inside thigh kick was well checked by Bannan. A crossing elbow again from Bannan. Scotty Bannan working a treat with those elbows. Such a lethal technique.
Bannan wants to be careful because Maksachef will start to mirror his movements with so many elbows.
Oh, the jumping downward elbow! How about that, Hammer?
You've got to pay that one.
The jumping downward elbow there from Scotty Bannan.
Big welt under the left eye of Bannan now.
Bannan is certainly raking up the points in this round. The people's champion, the world champion. Inside thigh kick there from Maksachef. A wild left hook there from Bannan. Maksachef ties him up. Bannan works the knees. They tangle over in front of our commentary position. Now back into the centre of the ring. There's the end of the round. Unlike that one for Scotty Bannan, Hammer.
Well, that one's Bannan's way. The round previous, obviously, Danny Maksachef. And the round before that, you could probably give it even. So with the knockdown, Maksachef just ahead. Well, some heated words there from Ian Jacobs. But here we see Scotty Bannan rolling the thigh kick off the elbow. Maksachef just missing with the technique. And Bannan coming in tightly. Maksachef throwing elbow of his own. Both fighters trading absolute pork of technique in this one. And Maksachef, how tough is he, the boy from the bush. Danny Maksachef is really giving the three-time world champ a run for his money here in centre ring. Scotty Bannan suffering a little bit of ring rust after a long layoff his back. But that jumping elbow, there was that technique. You will not see that too often, that's for sure.
Water. Well, some heated words in the corner there from Ian the Powerhouse Shakers on Scotty Bannan. Bannan telling himself to wake up, saying that he's been asleep so far.
Well, he's a little bit late maybe here, Bannan. But 2 rounds to go, anything can happen.
Here we go in round number 4, the penultimate round of action. Outside real thigh kick there, step up front kick by Maksachef, leg kick by Bannan. Another leg kick by Bannan, following in the words of Ian Jacobs, who told him to kick. A nice probing jab there through the guard by Bannan and the crossing elbow leg kick combination. This is it from the people's champion. This is more like the world champion.
I tell you what, whatever way this goes, is going to be fight off as a plenty coming Danny Maskachev's way.
Danny Maksachef is going to be one popular fighter after this. Misses with the right hand. Bannan now moving well. Big leg kick to the lead thigh there.
Step across chopping leg kick from Bannan.
Bannan looking more confident. He's got to be careful his guard doesn't spread too wide. All tied up now in the blue corner. Nice rib there from Maksachef. A jumping knee there from Scotty Bannan. Bryce Pertwhistle just slingshotting them off the ropes. And he breaks up both men. What a quarter so far, Hammer.
Well, it's punch for punch.
Oh,
Absolutely riveted.
Forward with the right crossing elbow.
Absolutely riveted to the action of this one.
One of the best main events we've seen in a long time. A high knee from Scotty Bannan. Ultimate Promotions. They've done it again, Hammer.
We're going to double up on each other's comments here, Michael. We're starting to think alike, and that worries me a lot, actually.
We share the same brain. Danny Maksachef going for the inside thigh kick. Scotty Bannan is wary of it. Bannan moves in with that crossing elbow again. Maksachef working the jumping knee off the left. All tied up against the ropes. Nice crossing elbow there from Maksachef. Came close but no cigar. Just not enough mustard behind those knees of Bannan to do any real damage. Another couple of knees there from Maksachef. Good point scoring techniques and Bannan gives it back.
You keep counting up the knees. Maksachef maybe getting 1 or 2 more knees away in this exchange now.
Turns him around. Here comes another one. And Bryce Pertwhistle breaks up both men into the final stages now of this round. Nice straight right hand there by Maksachef. Bannan, the overhand elbow off the right. Maksachef responds with one of his own. Bannan again, working the leaping left knee along the ropes. All tied up, a smother, a tangle of arms, and Bryce Pertwhistle separates both men. What an intriguing main event. Nice combination there from Maksachef. Another one from Maksachef. Almost lifts up Bannan with the uppercut. Nice crossing elbow off the left hand there. On that occasion by Scotty Bannan, the lead elbow. Oh, crossing elbow off the rear by Bannan. Chance of going up now for Scotty Bannan and Danny Maksachef. The whole of the Goulburn Valley rallying behind Danny Maksachef. Bannan works the knees again, forces Maksachef back against the ropes. Short uppercut in close there by Maksachef, staying busy. Bannan trying to line up the big Goodnight Irene elbow. A huge red welt on the rear left thigh of Danny Maksachef from the leg kicks of Bannan. Bannan checks the low kick, ties him up. Nice knee to the rib cage there from Maksachef. All tied up, nowhere to go. Into the fourth round. We've got one more to go, Hammer.
Not a lot in that one. Not a lot in that one. It's going down to the money, this one. I'll tell you what, right down to the wire.
Hammer, on my unofficial scorecard, I've got 10-9 Maksachef in the first, 10-8 the second for Maksachef, 9-10 to Scotty Bannan in the third, and 10-all in the fourth.
We'll have to go close. Maybe the first round is a bit of a question mark over that one, Michael. I might have given that one even, but it could still be the way of Maksachef, depending on how the judges are scoring this one. Maksachef has landed some good solid knees, and maybe he landed a few good ones in the first round.
Hammer, either way, we've got Maksachef ahead maybe by 1 point only, but there's nothing much in it.
Nothing much in this one at all.
And settling with those knees. Can't afford to do that now. We're going to have to start banging him
Well,
first.
Bannan's going to have to really come home in a barnstormer in the last
Scotty
round.
Bannan will be ruining that knockdown in the second round, Hammer.
If he doesn't finish strongly, Bannan, it could be danger time for the champ.
Get him up high if you can. If there's anything there, get him up high. Yeah? Watch that right elbow still coming in, floating across the top.
Suck it in. That's it. How you feeling, mate?
We will see Dr. Peter Lewis, the finest ringside physician in the country, in the corner there with Ian Jacobs and Paul the Wall looking over Scotty Bannan, that damaged right eye, Hammer.
Certainly the right eye of Bannan has sustained a little bit of damage. I don't think anything that is going to threaten this fight. I wouldn't imagine so anyway. But,
It was almost swollen shut. Have a look at that.
Yeah,
Dr. Lewis now conferring with Bryce Birtwhistle.
I don't know, that is a nasty cut. I reassess it in my last statement.
I think he's got one more round left though, Hammer, but Dr. Peter Lewis taking a close inspection. They're trying to put the old Vaseline over it and clear away the blood.
Yeah, certainly they've got to get a bit of adrenaline into that cut and stop the blood flow.
Here we go, the fifth and final round of action. Scotty Bannan looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid with that eye swollen up, Hammer.
Well, certainly it's not going to be, that is going to impede the vision out of the right-hand side. So
They touch gloves.
he's going to have a lot of trouble seeing left-handed techniques of Danny
Oh,
Maksachef.
here we go! Danny Maksachef comes out firing again. Scotty Bannan wants to get the knockdown in this round. Goes for the outside thigh kick to Bannan. And another one for Scotty Bannan. A glancing right hand there from Maksachef. Bannan with the crossing elbow off the lead. Oh, jumping downward elbow from Bannan! Explosive technique here from Scotty Bannan. The big overhand right. The big boom shakalaka.
He really needs a knockdown on Maksachef Bannan in this round.
Nice thing of the ribcage there from Scotty Bannan, and another one. Good point scoring techniques here from Bannan. Oh, the high knee to the head might have rocked him. The knee to the head might have rocked Danny Maksachef. And Maksachef, the top of his head might be cut, Hammer. There is blood on top of his cranium.
I'd say that'd be. That is a nasty cut.
Either
for
that or he's
Maksachef.
dyed his hair red between rounds. A nasty cut to the top of the head from the jumping downward elbow of Scotty Bannan.
He's cut him with that elbow strike.
Bannan again with the uppercut elbow. Bannan is lethal with those elbows. Round kick by Maksachef, leg kick by Bannan. They're going at it 1-for-1. Nice snappy right hand there from Scotty Bannan. Outside thigh kick by Maksachef. That'll take the starch right out of Bannan at this late stage. Oh, spinning back elbow there from Scotty Bannan. Maksachef ties him up, works the knee to the right rib cage. Bannan just forcing him back. The slingshot effect might propel him off the rope. Both men badly leaning over the ropes. Birtwhistle separates them both into the final stages now of the final round. Right 8-quarter it's been.
A lot of damage to the face of Scotty Bannan.
Bannan ties up Maksachef again. It's been a good point scoring round for Bannan.
I don't think Scotty's going to be boxing in 3 weeks with the cut-up face that he's got, that's for sure.
More knees in the midsection here from Scotty Bannan and Maksachef. They're training at 1-for-1 and don't the crowd love it. I feel like I'm in Bangkok, Hammer.
Just getting a little bit weary now, both fighters, after almost 15 minutes of solid fighting. The boys are starting to tire, no doubt.
Bannan has to have been raking up the points in this round with the elbows thus far. There's another nice clever knee from Bannan. And another one to the right rib cage. Then one up to the high left rib. Bannan forcing him back, dancing right in front of our commentary position. That right eye is badly swollen, almost shut on Scotty Bannan. Oh, he wears the right hand, goes downstairs. Bannan moves in again with an elbow on Maksachef. This is why Scotty Bannan is the people's champion. He's all heart.
He's given it his all, Scotty Bannan, to the crowd on hand here.
Another crossing elbow off the lead elbow there from Bannan. Goes for the high kick. Maksachef ties him up. Bannan negates the knee, not the second one though. Bannan just turns him around now. Another leaping knee off the left there from Danny Maksachef. All tied up, nowhere to go. Bryce Birtwhistle separates both men. Into the final seconds now. Bannan, blood coming out of that right eye. Carries away the round kick from Maksachef. Bannan wants to explode one last time perhaps. There's the elbow from Bannan, he's stunned him.
Crossing elbows, one for one on the elbows.
Bannan stunned him, it's over. It's the end of the fight. And look at Maksachef, he's been cut by that final elbow.
Well, both boys cut. Scotty Bannan's face is certainly looking the worse for wear. That
has to be Bannan's round, thanks to all the elbows, Hammer.
Right, and look at the cut on the top of Maskachev's head. That was from that downward jumping elbow. And now he's sustained another cut to the front of the forehead from the round elbow, left round elbow. Both boys absolutely shredding their faces with elbow exchanges.
Hammer, if you go an even first round on our unofficial scorecards, that would add up to a draw if we're giving Scotty Bannan 10-9 in the final round.
I think Maskachev may or could just have pulled off an upset here. Scotty Bannan, there's that jumping downward elbow, cutting the top of Maskachev's head. And Bannan just trying a whole array of different elbow strikes, all from attacking from all angles. But have a look at the guard of Maksachef. He's just kept his guard nice and tight. The only thing you can't guard against, of course, is a jumping downward elbow. If you put your gloves on top of your head or move away. But Maksachef getting caught, and that just shows the versatility of elbow strikes that Bannan possesses. But Maksachef, I take my hat off to this man. He's certainly come down from the bush. No one knew a lot about him, and he's taken three-time world champion Scott Bannan 3 rounds, and I challenge anyone to battle up with Maksachef. He's certainly shown that he has the goods.
Well, Hammer, there you have it. What a corker of a main event, brought to you by the only team that could do it, Ultimate Promotions. Paul Demicoli and Johnny Sheeter have done it again. And look at the swelling on that right eye of Scotty Bannan.
Well, the eye is certainly going to require a few stitches there. Scotty Bannan just getting caught himself. He did wage a war with elbows, and I suppose he did get caught with a couple himself. Just shows the lethalness of an elbow fight, Michael. There's elbow strikes and there's elbow strikes, and this fight just showed a whole array of everything.
The one that cut Danny Maksachef right at the end of the fight, Hammer. Danny Maksachef, win, lose or draw, must be elated with his performance.
I tell you what, he should be very proud. Jason Hawker, the boys from Nathalia certainly have done an awesome job in coming down to this Ultimate Promotion and putting it all together, and really putting on the brave front.
We will go across now to ring announcer RDK with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by a unanimous points decision, Terry Clay scores it at 48-46. Judge Graham Waddell scores it at 49-47. And Judge Mark Corrie scores it at 49-47. And your winner, out of the blue corner, Danny Maksachef.
It may be one of the biggest Muay Thai upsets of recent times, but the boy from the bush has pulled off a Cinderella story, and his name is Danny Maksachef.
Danny Maksachef coming down here, not a lot known about him, and he certainly pulled off the upset of the year.
We are going to go across to RDK, who's going to have a chat with the man who has just made himself a household name overnight, and that name is Danny Maksachef. Ian Jacobs just congratulating Maksachef. The Chief Bob Jones also in centre ring. Let's go to RDK with Danny Maksachef.
Ladies and gentlemen, with me in centre ring, we do have our winner, Danny Maksachef. Danny, congratulations. Big fight, big upset against Scotty Bannan. How do you feel?
Absolutely rooted. Well, thanks for asking.
What's next? It was a big upset. Scotty, you took him all the way and you've come out. How do you feel afterwards? Where's Danny going after this?
Back to a bit of work to get a bit of money behind me. But no doubt I'll be stepping back in the ring again next time, next year sometime.
Danny, would you give Scotty a rematch?
I don't know, I think we'll have to be a bit fitter next time, but yeah, maybe, we'll see.
Great, thank you very much, Danny. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our winner.
I'd just like to say, thanks to all the supporters that came down on the bus. Thanks to my corner, Richard and Jason and Steely, all the guys that train with me, and all the guys from Boon Shoe Gym in Queensland, and everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, Danny.
Well, some words there from Danny Maksachef. Maybe RDK can grab the triple world champion Scotty Bannan.
And yes, we do have Scotty Bannan with us. Scotty, Danny Maksachef, big upset. What went wrong?
Oh, look, mate, I could stand here and say, oh, I've done this, I've had this, I didn't do this, but it doesn't mean shit. When it comes down to Danny Maksachef beat me, like, I come here to fight, I trained hard, I wasn't switched on, and Danny took advantage of me. You know, no one knew who Danny Maksachef is, but wait till tomorrow.
Scotty, where do you go to from here?
You know, I've had a year off, I've had my baby, everyone's going, do this, do that. Danny beat me fair and square, and like, I lost my last fight. Every wanker on the internet started saying shit about me. Does Andre Agassi lose a tennis match and get the shit back down him? Danny beat me fair and square, good on him, I'll shake his hand anytime he wants. I just move on, I lose a fight, stiff shit, I'll fight again.
Bringing us to our next question. Would you give Danny a rematch?
Yeah, I think Danny knows how to rematch him. But Danny was a better man than I. He got me some good shots, and I had everything to lose tonight. Danny had nothing to lose, and he took advantage of it. I did the same thing. I had 4 fights. I fought Jason Vermeulen and I won. And Danny Maksachef did the same thing. I take my hat off to him. He kicks good. He's a good mover, and he's going to be an awesome boy.
Thank you very much, Scotty Bannan. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Danny Maksachef and Scotty Bannan.
Well, it was one of the biggest upsets in Australian Muay Thai history. Elbow for elbow, knee for knee, jumping elbow from Scotty Bannan, and it was pulling out all the stops. In the end, it was the country boy, Danny Maksachef, who came out trumps. From myself, Michael Chavallo, and Mark the Hammer Castanini, thank you for joining us ringside from Ultimate Promotions in the Keilor Basketball Stadium. Good night.
This has been